Okay, I've got 6 o'clock, so we will call the December. Just by terms of background, this board is a recommending body to City Council. The items that are on the agenda, each of the members has a copy of the Secretary of the Interior Standards for Rehabilitation, and those are the guidelines by which we review each of the applications. From a process standpoint, we typically, we don't have comments tonight, right? So we would invite the applicant up to the table. We'll run through the application. The board then can ask questions. If there's any public that arrives at the meeting, give them the opportunity for comment prior to the motion or for any action of the board. So the first item on the agenda this evening is 450 Poplar Street, Abigail Twerdock owner, replacement of a panel wood entry door with new steel door. I know this has been reviewed previously and tabled at the last meeting, and I don't see the applicant here.
Unless she arrives later, but for the second tabling that you did last month, I asked for any new materials by November 29th, and I didn't hear back. I sent her the agenda last week, notifying her of the time and date of this meeting. I didn't hear anything. So we can wait if she comes late, or you can't table anymore, so you would have to act. And you could, like anything, you can approve with conditions, or you can deny. But if you want, you could make a motion and send it to City Council. You've run out of tabling time, but Council can give additional time. And your recommendation can say, we really wanted to have a continuing discussion with the applicant, and they can grant additional time. Whatever your motion is, I have to notify the applicant, and I can also tell her if she wishes to withdraw and come back when she's ready. Your motion would not go on to City Council.
Okay, that's good. That last point I think is important, that there's still the opportunity for them to withdraw. If it's okay with the board, I'd recommend that we move on to item number 2 in case they do arrive, and then we circle back to item 1. Any objection to that? Okay, great. Item number 2 is 147 Howard Avenue, Juan and Lydia DeJesus owners. Alteration, replacement of wooden shake roof, shingles with new asphalt shingles on a 1 1/2 story frame house. Is that you? Okay, if you want to come on up.
When you're speaking, if you can turn the thing on so.
Oh, okay. And what is your name?
Madeline Bermudez.
Okay, thank you. Is there any detail or anything you want to add to the application? I assume you're here both for 147 Howard and 210 Howard this evening? Okay.
I'm not sure if you have the estimate from Helm Construction for both properties.
We only have it for the one property. We have the,
I have it here. I made you a copy.
so we have, yeah, I was gonna say 147, there's just a single cost estimate for the asphalt shingles. We have both for the other, yeah.
I only made a copy and I have the attached with the rubber shingles. And then there's a copy for an estimate for the cedar shingles. So you can see the price difference. Also, it's not about, it has to do about the price. Mr. De Jesus and Miss Lydia De Jesus are in very poor health. That's why they have asked me to take over the properties. We plan to sell them, fix them, fix the roof, whatever is needed, and fix them because of their poor health. So my concern is that the rubber roof lasts longer than the cedar. On top of it, that is more expensive to put a cedar roof on there, on both properties. The difference is a lot. And like I said, financially, this will be a strain on them, just to even do this, but to put it to cedar is a financial strain on them due to their medical condition.
When you say rubber, you're referring to the asphalt shingles that are quoted here. Okay,
Yeah, I said rubber because that's how they sent it to me in the email, but.
I see. Questions from the board?
Hi. Don't they have asphalt shingles that are shaped that look more like these shingles that are here on the roof, even though they're not the same?
I wasn't given that option. I think they went with the other one because of its life it lasts longer. But I want to pick it, like the color of what cedar would look like. That's,
I mean, I don't know, I'm just asking.
yeah, I know, I didn't know. I
But-
should have asked him to come with me. I didn't know. But yeah, no, I don't think there is.
But it's not that they wouldn't last longer because they're asphalt. They're the same shingles, but they're a
Yeah, you're
lower
saying about the
profile
other
or
one.
something.
Yeah, I haven't seen those. I didn't even know those were an option, but I'm sure it would come down to pricing. They'd probably be more pricier than the other ones, than the asphalt ones.
You had mentioned the asphalt shingles last longer than the cedar shake shingles. Did your roofer give you that information?
Yeah, it's on that
Because
thing.
these last for a while, I thought. It's on what thing?
It says how long they guarantee the work for 20 years, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 50 years on the life of the roof.
Looks more like this, I mean, it's on the roof, for goodness sake.
There's no other
Amy-
historical property near there, except 210 and that one. So I could see if there was other ones that, we wanted all of them to look the same. But as you can see, huh?
There's 3 houses in a row.
Yeah, but they don't have cedar shingles. Which one?
Right next to it, the green one next to it, and then the brick.
I did not notice that. Even when they came, I did not notice that roof. I guess they're all like in bad shape.
No,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, do I get to?
Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah, thank
we're
you.
just questions from the board and then we'll take comments. Yeah,
They do make a synthetic cedar roofing material, but till you buy that, you might as well buy the cedar shakes, truthfully. The price difference isn't that much difference. It's just, you'll see it on siding too, but they also make a synthetic cedar shake roof covering as well. But there you got to be really careful with expansion and contraction, and is it gonna, being installed, you have to make sure it doesn't waffle, if you will. Okay.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
Back to my question of having it last longer. I'm looking at the one you just passed out for the cedar roof replacement. And under number 2, it's 20-year workmanship warranty certificate and a 50-year GAF system plus limited warranty. And then when I look at the shingle roof replacement, it's the same warranty, a 20-year workmanship warranty and a 50-year system plus limited warranty. If I'm looking at the right thing. Am I looking at the right properties? This is the south line. Which one's south line also? What's,
South Line is not a historic property, that's.
It's 210, it's connected to 210.
it's connected to 210, okay.
You put it over with 320, you get it over.
I see. So I'm a little bit confused what we're debating. So the south line, she can put whatever roof she wants on it, or?
The grocery store, is a flat roof, and I assume that's where the rubber is going, and then there is a wing in the back that's
Oh,
not
okay.
visible.
Okay.
So I didn't put it, I can give administrative approval of that, you're just looking at the pitched roofs.
Okay, okay, just so I was clear on that, and then, so 147, I was looking at the wrong thing for the best exposed piece. Yeah, it still gives, both estimates give the same warranty, 20-year and 50, yeah.
Mr. Chairman, does this fall under standard number 6 of the standards for rehabilitation, in which it says we're talking about deteriorated parts of a building when it requires replacement of a distinctive feature, which I would assume the cedar shake shingles are a distinctive feature of the house. Is that right? The new feature shall match the old in design, color, texture, and other visual qualities, and where possible, materials.
Right.
So we're being asked to consider replacing a distinctive feature of the house with something that is not like it is currently. Is that correct?
That's correct. And I think also standard 2 and 5 could potentially be looked at as well, to talking about the historic character of a property shall be retained and preserved, the removal of historical materials or alteration of features should be avoided. And number 5, distinctive features, finishes, and construction techniques or examples of craftsmanship that characterize a property shall be preserved. But I think the 6 is probably what you first went to is probably the closest.
Yeah, as I recall, we've had at least one, possibly two, cedar roof requests for shingles in this area that we denied previously. I think one was on Howard, one was on Church, something like that. But,
And also Vine Street, I
fine,
think.
maybe that's, my mind's not what it used to be. Public comment already.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? If not, I can go to public comment.
No, I don't have any other questions.
Okay, we'll open it up for public comment. Yes, please, if you could use the microphone, so that,
I'm a homeowner on Howard Avenue, right across the street. My name is Doug Lippold. Property is 130 Howard Avenue. So I've lived there 35 years, and I have cedar shakes in my home, and they've been lasting for over 30 years. I understand the expense is a little bit higher. The nature of this neighborhood, these are some of the oldest houses in the city, are that they're maintaining the historic quality. The house right next to the house you're referring to is one of the oldest houses in the city. You see the cedar shakes there. Cedar shakes that in the house you're, and you don't own the house, you're just representing the owners.
I manage
Okay. And who are the people who,
one of the things,
and the folks who own the store? Or
Yeah.
run the store?
and 210 Lopez and 147.
So we're not here to talk about 210 Lopez?
Yes.
Or no, okay, go 210 Lopez, but not 210 Howard.
No.
Howard Yard, not South Lawn.
Okay, the dog property.
Right.
Which they
Which
have,
is on the,
they have destroyed, is a concern. You know,
Which one, the 210?
it would be that beautiful old house that is wood on the outside, and then it would be stored, and now they would move into the side of the house.
Yes, that is our property, yes, sir.
It's been so sad to see
It
what they've
is.
done with that.
I have to agree with you.
is also on the agenda.
Yeah, that one is also on the agenda, and that's the one I'm talking about. So once they leave, the owner, was spoken to the owner, to obviously repair that.
210.
Outside. And, situation. So, do you know owner one? Because he's been in Florida, 22 years. So they always kept everything up to date, like I said, through to this, both of their illnesses. I want to fix it and sell the property. They just can't manage. And I'm doing it as a favor, not a thing. So it's a favor, but when I saw that, he's actually my husband's uncle. We put together 31 years, that didn't.
Are the roofs leaking or anything, or were you cited by the city? So I can say, if you're selling the property, sell them as is and let the new owner
We have to-
put on cedar.
Nobody wants to buy the property.
Oh, okay.
To evict the tenants
Uh-huh.
that are there now.
But they are both in a historic
Yeah,
district, so,
and
uh-huh.
we won the case twice in court, so now eviction is horrible. Eviction is horrible.
Are there any more comments, public comments?
We will refer to this one.
Yes.
My concern is we have 4 properties and we're replacing our roof. Financially, they don't have medical insurance, so they pay everything out of pocket. And without them, too much to the medical record, they have the owner, the husband, his illness is very serious. He's aging, so I want to get rid of these properties because obviously we can't manage it.
Any other public comments?
So I would just.
Yeah.
As the home here for over 35 years, that we can maintain the historic nature of the city, of this part of the city across the street. The Watsons, we've got a good one out. These are homes that look perfect. So I would think that if there's things that they can afford it, but that it's a system that people can afford, and they can sell it to somebody.
That's what we're trying to do.
To fix it up, I would just request that.
You did see the for sale sign. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But I was looking for you all to maintain architecture.
Thank you for your comments this evening.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I recommend that we deny a certificate of appropriateness for the work at 147 Howard Avenue based on the failure to meet Secretary of the Interior's 2, 5, and 6.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, so this motion will go to City Council for their, the committee meeting, right, Suzanne?
Denials would have to start with the committee meeting. It's not until January 2nd, which is also the day of, because Monday, January 1st, the council committee meeting will be January 2nd, which is also the HARB meeting.
Okay.
Assuming we have something, so we can discuss later who might attend.
So this decision was to deny.
Yes, so we did a motion for
147. they still have to
147. So
discuss
the
210.
next item is 210.
So 147, explain to me, I'm sorry, 147, because the city gave us 30 days to repair these roofs. So I just want to be clear, because I just.
Yeah, if it's, unless it's really seriously collapsing something, I usually tell the housing inspector that you need additional time because it's going through a historic review.
Oh, thank you.
And in the essence of time, the next item on the agenda seems to be identical to the
Yes.
previous item. So I would proffer the same motion to deny a certificate of appropriateness for 210 Howard Avenue. based on the failure to meet the criteria of the Secretary of Interior Standards 2, 5, and 6.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I can second it.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? So this will be the same process.
Ms. Bermudez, when I make clear with the city clerk when the committee meeting will be, I will send you an email and give you the time and date, and it'll be January. So you can enjoy Christmas, exactly.
Well, I was supposed to head out to Florida to meet with them, so let me know as soon as possible so I can make it.
Okay.
I was going to next.
I'm going to do it tomorrow or whatever, give you your
I was gonna
options.
Go to Florida to take them because they can't have arms physically getting around.
Uh-huh.
So, to start the process to sell the property, but, I was going to Florida at that time because of the holiday.
Mhm.
year.
Mhm.
But just let me know and now.
Okay.
I can rearrange.
But Suzanne, if she decides to take our recommendation, she can begin work right away based on in-kind replacement? Would that be correct?
If your roofer, he gave an estimate for cedar shake shingles. If you decide to go with that option,
If I decided to go with the cedar shake,
I could just give staff approval. I mean, the one on the 147, Howard, is a rental property. They get rental income, right, from tenants? I mean, there's issues with the store, but they're collecting something.
If I tell you what they pay in rent, they've never had anybody up that rent in, I think, 10 to 12 years.
Well,
So they're paying rent what they paid rent in 10 to 12 years ago. So.
but landlords are supposed, we all have to pay for maintenance.
Yeah,
That's why you should hire a property manager.
raise the rent,
Oops.
make my-
Mhm.
raise it every year. But anyway, I'll handle it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I get a recess after call the owners and let them know? I think if they say yay, go ahead and.
Yeah, if they say go ahead.
So nothing really would change our motion. So if they agree to the cedar, then this comes it comes out of this process and it can go to Suzanne and she can just approve it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, I need to call them and just tell them that we have to go with the cedar. I just want to.
sure, okay.
Yeah, I've already paid, I just finished paying. I'll say. Thank you.
All right, going back to item number 1, 450 Poplar Street. Not seeing anyone here for that item. We will need to act, as Suzanne said earlier in the meeting, since we've already tabled it as many times as we can.
Excuse me, I wasn't here, but my understanding is that they want to put a door other than a wood door, and we want it to be a wood door. Is that more or less?
Yeah, that's correct.
So today, we could make a motion to approve it with a wood door, or do they have to agree to our change? Oh, so we
So you're
can't,
acting on that.
okay, so they would have to ask,
The
because different
HARB
times we'll
Yeah. The HARB
change
had
it.
asked for cost estimates for a wood door, just so you could weigh the options and the alternative, and that was never provided.
Okay, so we can't provide the alternative without them providing an alternative. Understood.
Is anyone feeling moved to make a motion? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we deny a certificate of appropriateness for the work of 450 Poplar Street based on failure to meet the following criteria, the Secretary of Interior Standards, number 2, 5, and 6.
Okay, so we have a motion. Is there a second?
I can second it.
Yeah, motion and second. Any discussion on the motion?
Condition to let city council know that you were hoping to have a continued discussion with the applicant. And
Yes.
Are you asking for any additional time rather than council acting right away? The council has that option, and you can, they don't have to, they could take the denial right away and overturn it, but they could
So
also
that,
grant you more additional time.
so we would need then to amend the motion if the board wanted to do
If
that.
you want to add that condition, or just, it's not a condition, it's a note to council.
Okay. I think in terms of the board is always trying to work with people, I think
Yeah.
that,
But if they don't answer and they don't show up, we don't know what they're thinking.
So just to, thank you very much. I wasn't at the last meeting in November. Was it tabled because the applicant did not appear again, or did the applicant appear and ask for more time?
Last month, the applicant, she came in October, was tabled.
Right,
She
I
asked
remember
in
in October.
November, she asked for additional time, so she didn't have to appear at the meeting. You could just table a second time.
Okay,
So it was a postponement, give her more time.
she asked for more time.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I would
she
tell
didn't
council,
respond
we're
to your-
willing to work with her and willing to discuss it, but she hasn't shown up.
Yeah.
So it's not,
Thank you,
unless
guys.
she's just choosing to bypass us and go directly to city council, that might be what her intention is anyway. But I would let city council know we're looking for other estimates, and we'll be glad to work with them and talk with them, but if the person's desire is just to circumvent us and go straight to city council, I guess there's nothing we can do about that.
all right. So we have, any other discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Administrative approvals, we didn't have any this month, right? Okay. Approval of minutes from the November 8th HARB meeting. Did anyone have any comments or changes to those?
No.
Okay, then those will stand as written. Other business public participation, we don't have any public here this evening. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes,
The owners agreed to proceed.
thank you.
Yes, and he apologizes for the condition of the home. He doesn't, they don't have smartphone, and can't send a picture, I have to go in person to take care of this. So they're gonna give me, power of attorney to sell the property and get the finances for all of the old several properties.
Yeah, there's a lot of interest in the city, so hopefully
Yeah.
someone who's interested in those properties and, you know, the one thing that we've noticed is sometimes with the sales is that they don't lift up the fact that they're in the historic neighborhood. So as you go through this, if you could please make sure that that's very clear so that people who want to make those kind of investments are the type of people that you're working with,
He
so.
stated that he would like to fix the house at my dad's. I connected to the store. I want to sell it as one property. But fix the outside. Like I said, I just have to fly to Florida and get that physical. But yeah, we have several people interested in the property.
And if whatever, repairs you're doing, make sure your contractor writes it up and asks if there's a building permit.
We got permits. Yeah,
Well,
we
but
got
this-
permits.
But what are you doing to the outside
We got permits too for the outside.
to do what?
Yeah, to do work. We go inside, knock down the whole wall. We don't
Okay.
even know-
Well, that's interior work, but are you doing anything to the exterior, like the windows or the siding?
Yeah,
or-
well, right now, we're doing the roof first,
Mhm.
but if we don't sell it as is, then
Okay,
he said to give him some time and we're gonna repair it and then I'll be back so I know what we can use on.
okay. Just even if it's a few small items on the exterior, check with the
Yeah.
building code staff to see if it needs a permit.
I had
Especially in
no
the
idea
historic
it was a
district.
historic property
Mhm.
with Miss Owens' house, dementia, beginning with dementia.
Mhm.
So it wasn't until I moved in and I'm like, oh, no, this is a historic property. But yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go ahead, we'll prove it, the permits are getting pulled tonight, like I said, we already paid the people that, construction. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Mr. Chairman, with no other business, I move we adjourn.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, we need to assign someone.
Sign. Yeah, we need
For
to.
the
City council.
Poplar Street, it would be good if somebody was there, but if it coincides, if we have a hard meeting in January, if it coincides, we have to work something out.
So if it doesn't coincide, is there someone who,
Yeah, if HARB is canceled, is somebody willing to go to the city council committee on the Poplar Street?
Sure.
You're willing?
I think
Okay.
Is that January 2nd?
Second,
Mhm.
yeah, Tuesday.
I don't have a calendar on me, but
It's Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure I can do that.
New Year's Day is Monday. Okay.
Okay, so then we'll adjourn at 6:31 PM. Thank you.
Thank you.
Trying to ask.
I have no idea if she has.